Hello everybody, welcome to another video from Currency Collector Searcher. My name is Victor, and today I am going to explain something that most people do not know about when it comes to searching and finding valuable $1 bills. There are many $1 bills and other currency that people are finding in circulation that are worth hundreds and yes, even thousands of dollars, as you're going to see here today in this video. I'm going to show you exactly what to look for so you don't let any of these valuable notes go through your fingertips and lose out on a huge payday. To understand more about the areas of the $1 bill that matter, which is what we're going to focus on here today, let's take a look at this note right here. So first, we want to pay particular attention to the serial number, shown in the green on the right and also on the left. This is how the BEP identifies each bill separately. So these numbers should match. And if they don't match, then you just found yourself a very significant treasure. As you can see on this note, the number on the left begins with G114, and the number on the right begins with G004. So this is a very valuable mismatched serial number note and considered to be a major error in the currency market. So this note was graded by PMG as a 66 out of a possible 70. Which is a very high grade. And the higher the grade, the more generally it's worth. Condition and rarity are the two driving factors when it comes to value. So this note right here sold for $3,840 as somebody knew its value and pulled it out of circulation. Can you imagine if you were not in the know and were uninformed and let this $3,840 note slip through your fingertips? This is exactly why I do these videos, to help you find these treasures. So now you are informed, and this is just the first of many that are out there that I'm going to show you here today. So next, let's focus on this note on the front plate number on the bottom right and the series number. I know that's a little blurry, but on the series number on the bottom. So all notes that are printed today will have the front plate number on the bottom right, and it will consist of one letter and numbers as well. And the back plate number is going to be below the E in the number one, in ONE on the bottom right of the back of the note. So why am I telling you this? Because if you see a note like this that just has a number only on the front with no letter, and on the back, the plate number is above the E instead of below the E, like they are today, then you found a true gem. This is called a web note. It's a Web Federal Reserve note, more commonly known as a web press note. You're only going to see these in series 1988A, 1993, and 1995. Now, these were experimental notes printed just for a couple years in the mid-90s or early 90s in an effort to print more currency at a lower cost. They used a paper roll, such as what you see in a cash register roll of paper, which is a continuous roll of paper, instead of the sheets of paper that are used today. So due to the frequent breakdowns and low quality printing, the experiment was actually halted in the mid-1990s, which is why these rare notes are valuable today. So how valuable can they be? So this note was graded by PMG as well as a 64 EPQ. That means excellent paper quality. And it sold for $2,070 down here on the bottom left. You can still find these in circulation today, and now you know what to look for. So let me know in the comments if you have been fortunate to find any of these in circulation over the past few years. All right, so now this next note here, okay, this note sold for $8,812. Can you believe that? $1 sold for $8,812. Let me show you the note here. Can you see why it would sell for that much? How about now? Now can you see it? So let's focus our eyes here on the serial number. This is called a low serial number. It's serial number 1. That's what it says right there, serial number 1. And these are very highly coveted by collectors all around the world. So these are normally pulled out of circulation, but every once in a while, they do make their way in. So now, check this out. Can you see how soiled this is? How dirty this is? How used this is? There's writing on it right here. There's some kind of brown soiling up here. There's a big crease or a big fold down the middle. Over here on the corner, it has a crease on the edge. Okay? But just imagine how many people whose hands this went through before it was found. Look at the back of the note. It has a big stain on the back there. Okay? So people were thinking this is just a regular $1 bill, like any $1 bill that you get out, in change today. Can you imagine? So now you are equipped to not let that happen to you. All right? In taking a $1 bill and selling it for over $8,800. So we have a few more notes to go, but first, share this video with your family and friends to help to educate them so they don't lose out on a big payday as well. And so that they can be equipped to find valuable notes anywhere from $1 bills up to $100 bills and never ever look at money the same ever again. And don't forget to ask them to share the profits with you like you shared the video, okay? Also, to learn more about other notes that are worth a lot of money, more than $1, subscribe to my channel and like this video to learn what to look for, to learn where to find them and how much these can be worth, okay? So now let's look at the next $1 bill here that most people would never ever think anything about and never set aside because they don't know any better, but you do right now after watching this video. So this beauty right here, this is called an ascending ladder. It says right here on the grading encapsulation. So ascending from 0 to 7, okay? They also go from 1 to 8 and 2 to 9, and there are also descending ladders that go from 9 to 2, 8 to 1, and from 7 down to 0. If you have a run of 4, 5, 6, or 7 digits only, like say it said, 8, 3, 1, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, that would be a ladder run of 4. They also have a value, and the higher the number of digits successively in the serial number, the more it's worth. So a ladder run of 7 numbers in a row is worth a lot more than a ladder run of 4, okay? Now, not every series is printed to full capacity of 96 million notes, all right? Sometimes it's lower than that. So the descending ladder from 9 to 2, 8 to 1, or 7 to 0, sometimes are not printed, which makes them scarcer or more scarce than the ascending ladder like this that starts with lower numbers, which makes the descending ladders more valuable because there's not as many of them. So this note was graded also by PMG, Paper Money Guarantee, as a 66 EPQ and sold for $1,560 right there. That's incredible. Not too bad for a $1 bill, right? So now on this next note here, the front looks perfectly fine, right? You would get this bill in change or at the bank and you would think nothing twice about it. Looks very, very normal, okay? One thing that most people don't do when they look at currency is look at the reverse. Remember, the back also gets printed with ink, and in fact, the back gets printed before the front of the note. There's 2 printings on the front and 1 on the back, and the back gets printed first. And sometimes, when it comes to ink, like at your home office or your home or office printer, the ink can get low or run out or also smear, creating errors. Well, in this case, if you didn't turn the note over and look at the back, you would miss this right there. This is a retained obstruction on this note. That's what they call this. It's an obstructed back printing with printed fragment. There's an obstruction. There was a piece of paper that was torn that somehow got onto the paper and went through the printing process and created this huge error. Wow, right? You don't see that very often. So the moral is to always turn the notes over on the back and look at both sides of the currency. Okay? This one sold for $3,220 and it was graded 63 PPQ by PCGS Currency. Okay? If you don't check the back of your notes, you can miss an error like this, which is called a solvent smear error. See that right there? That's a solvent smear error. That one sold for $211.50. Or you can miss this. This is a general ink smear error right there. okay? And this one sold for for $132. So you've got to check the back of your notes as well, not just the front, okay? So these are just a few things to look for on currency. There's many, many more that are out there that most people don't even know about. And that's why I do these videos, of course. So now that you know about these, this gives you a huge advantage and an opportunity to go find some valuable treasure out there and line your pocketbook with cash. So to learn more about other $1 bills worth money, again, subscribe to my channel, like this video, because my channel videos will explain it all to you in great detail. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you real soon, everybody.